go on a wide open Wednesday. I love wide open Wednesday. You're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss, all you have to do is dial us up at 766-9480. Drew Brees has got it right. This is New Orleans. 766-9480 is the magic phone number where you're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss, whatever topic I may be missing, not talking about enough, you're all over it. 766-9480. Produced the program by golly. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls, fielding your phone calls. Plus, we might tap into his brain every now and then for a little sports knowledge. He's on top of that. Doing the Pels game tonight, right, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X?
Yep, 105.7, 105.7 FM.
In Espanol.
In Espanol, yes, sir.
105.7 tonight, the Pels game in Spanish.
Yep, if you're in the car, maybe you'll understand 1 out of every 10 words. But yeah, check us out.
Nice. That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. Check him out tonight doing Pels. What's it, Pels and Clippers, 7 o'clock at the Smoothie King Center?
Yep, round 1, back-to-back. They play him again tomorrow night.
That's crazy. Back-to-back, same team. Clippers 2 nights in a row. That's so weird.
Yeah, I guess they're cutting corners on the airfare budget there in the NBA.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then you multiply it by 30 teams.
Yeah.
And X amount of games a year where you do that. Well, how many times the Pelicans do that? Maybe 3 or 4 times on the year?
At least, yeah. Busy week at the arena, though. They had a game Monday, a game today, a game Thursday. Then they play the Cavs on Saturday. And they've been playing better. So
busy at the blender.
Yep. Hopefully it's a good atmosphere.
Hey, it's a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Hopefully our show has a good atmosphere. It's better when you call 766-9480. Checking us out on radio, maybe oh so fine. 93.9 FM, 93.9 FM, or maybe you're checking us out on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. Maybe it's on TV, Cox Channel 4. 2 big hours on television now, 4 to 6 o'clock. Cox Channel 4, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Maybe it's Spectrum Channel 333. That's all over. Slidell, Covington, Mandeville. That's Trayen Gallagher's 527 country, old Mandeville. Strawberry Country, Hammond, Houma, Thibodeau, Opelousas, all over the state on TV. And on social media, on X, on Twitter. Follow me, at Corey Johnson. Corey spelled Kaare. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on X. You can watch the program live every day, 4 to 6 weekdays. We're also live on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything. No, however you're checking us out, 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. I went to Rouse's last night, scooped up some Cosmic Crisp apples, some bananas. And then I get this Body Armor lemon lime kind of thirst quencher, kind of sports drink, energy drink. No sugar. Rouse's has them. I mean, there's a local grocery where they're like $2.59 a piece. At Rouse's there, normally I think $1.59, so like $1 less. It's one of their specials this week. 4 for $5, so they're down to $1.25 each. $1.25 each. Another store's $2.59 for the same thing. 2 for $1, and you're still 9 cents ahead. 2 for $1. No, just one of dozens and dozens of specials. Rouses.com, upper right-hand corner of their webpage. Rouses.com. You'll see their daily specials. Click on it. Save some moolah. Rouses.com, over 75 Rouses. Boy, another nice day. Partly cloudy, cool, around 63. Feels like high 50s out there. Just really nice. tomorrow morning, 49 in the AM. And I don't know when we'll see 40 again. I would assume we'll see the 40s again before summer comes, but who knows? Tomorrow's 49 on the South Shore in the AM. That might be the last time we see the 40s till October. Summer's a coming. Summer's a coming. Summer's a coming. And you know what that is? 6 months of heat and humidity. It's on its way. Hell, French Quarter Fest is 4 weeks from tomorrow. Jazz Fest 6 weeks from tomorrow. Jazz Fest, the Jazz and Heritage Festival 6 weeks from mañana. Wow. After tomorrow, after that 49 in the morning, pretty much done for like the next week plus. Week to 10 days. The meteorologists are telling us lots of 60s and 70s, maybe even some low 80s over the next week to 10 days. Lots of 60s and 70s through next week. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Bruno's Bar is for sale over there on what, Maple and Hillary. Since 1934, they were caddy corner, like, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago, and then opened the quote new place, which is like 30 years old, across the street, caddy corner from the old place. TJ Quills is still over there. The owner of Bruno's, I remember when the Melius family owned it for decades and decades. They apparently sold it 6, 7, 8 years ago to Tim Spratt, who owns the Penthouse Club. Mario Brothers lives there.
Waiting for the Pelicans night to celebrate that.
Dude, you spend a lot of time at the Penthouse Club, Mario Brothers. What's up with that? 6, 7 days a week. No comment. Anyway, yeah, he owns the Penthouse Club, which Mario Brothers doesn't go to. And Tim Spratt also owns Lucy's, the retired surfers bar. And Bruno's is for sale. If you got 2.4 million, you can get Bruno's. Since 1934, 92 years on Maple and Hillary. What are some of New Orleans' best bars? Oh, Mario nodding and shaking his head.
This will be a fun one. You got a lot of candidates.
Some that jump right off the page to you?
Oh, man, did you mention Cooter Browns a little while ago?
Not today, but I've mentioned Cooter Browns before. That's a good one.
TJ Quills. I may have gone there when I was underage a couple times.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been going there a long time. I love Aaron Rose. I think Aaron Rose in the news because somebody went there and went missing. But
now, is that in the Pontchartrain Hotel?
No, that's right off of Bourbon, I think, on
yeah.
On
what am I? Jack Rose, I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're thinking of Jack Rose. So, man, I'm thinking of like the touristy spots, but yeah, there's so many of them.
No, and even the touristy spots, I mean, like Napoleon House or, Old Absinthe House, Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop. I guess those are touristy, but I don't know. Those are local too.
Locals go there though. Like for St. Patrick's Day or whatever was recent, Jean Lafitte's was popping.
The Carousel at the Montleon,
also known as the Spinny Bar.
The Sazerac at the Roosevelt. The Columns on St. Charles Avenue. No, you get in all kind of different neighborhoods, different, kind of genres, like the university bars, like the Tulane Loyola bars, like you mentioned TJ Quills or Snake and Jake's or F&M's or Fat Harry's, The Boot.
Chop Yard's nice.
Chop Yard, yeah, there's another one.
Outdoor aesthetic.
Yep.
What was the one I went to with Corey Glore recently? Wrong Iron in Mid-City.
Yep.
Yeah.
766-9480. Best bars in New Orleans. Bruno's is for sale. Oh, this just burns me up when I see someone littering. I just don't get it. This lady just did not care. It was quick. It was either like a Beamer or a Mercedes or Audi SUV, kind of that egg-shaped SUV. All I saw was a bag, like a paper bag and a coffee cup just getting thrown out. and then smiled at me, like smiling, like flirtatious smile, not like, hey, I littered smile. I'm serious. Like, not some ego trip patting myself on the back. Like, the litter was an incidental, was just like a nothing to her. Could have been just squirting the windshield wipers or rolling up down the window. No, she smiled at me after littering, like I'm supposed to be like, wow, that's my kind of lady. Where did y'all meet? Her littering on the street. Such a great, great connection. Anyway, it just burned me up. Saw someone littering today, just did not care. That litter hotline, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser's got that going. That's a good thing. Shoot some video, shoot some photos when the vehicle's stopped and send it in. Send it in. Hey, tonight, Katie's for dinner. I think you can sit on the patio right now. It's fantastic weather. They're on Iberville, corner Telemachus, like 4 blocks behind Angelo Bricato's ice cream joint on Carrollton. That could be a good place for dessert after you eat at Katie's. It's steak night on Wednesday. Get a filet, get the ribeye with the shrimp, or they will substitute Gulf fish and make it Lent ready. Steak night tonight at Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Get there tonight for steak night.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
No, indeed, I don't want to be on the radio.
Corey Johnson.
No, indeed. I don't want to be on the radio. Too late for that. Mario Brothers, here's one of those lists, the difference between you and your 30s, me and my 50s.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I'm about to sneeze, Mario. I have to say it so it'll go away. If you say it, it usually goes away, but maybe that works in double whammy reverse where I actually will sneeze because I'm on the radio and the pressure is to not.
Maybe. We can come up with like a baseball signal. You could let me know and I could just cut your mic off.
There you go. A baseball signal.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the top 20 list of things you've experienced at 30-something and things that you haven't, and things I've experienced at 50-something and things I haven't, I guess?
Let's hear it.
Have you ever used a rotary dial phone?
Yeah, at my grandparents' house in Guatemala, yeah.
Oh, but your grandparents' house in Guatemala, in another country.
In a small village in another country,
So
yes.
never in the United States.
I don't think so.
All right,
no.
we're going to call you 0 for 1 on that. How about floppy disk for the computer?
I remember. I was too young for reward purposes, but yeah, I've used the floppy
You remember,
disk.
but you've used them or you just remember them?
I remember them. I'm pretty sure I used them.
What about a typewriter?
Never.
Taking photo with a film camera?
A few times.
Really?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I would take pictures of like the Disney Channel movies with the little camera.
And then have to bring the film to get developed somewhere?
And it would be all messed up because it was a picture of a screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen to music on a CD?
Yeah, the portable ones.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Just the portable ones.
How about listen to a cassette tape?
No. No.
Listen to a vinyl record?
Just at KLSU. That's the only time in my life.
How about listen to music on a Walkman?
No.
Listen to music on a boombox outside?
Yes, at parties we've done that.
How about watched a video from a VHS tape?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
From a tape?
Yeah. I remember the rewind machines and everything.
Sent or received a fax?
No.
Recorded music from radio to cassette?
No.
Rented a video from Blockbuster?
Hell yeah.
Accessed the internet by dial-up?
Yes.
Really?
I remember my mom getting upset because she had to use the phone and I was playing Cartoon Network games. Yeah.
Used a phone book?
Just to crank call people.
You used a phone book before?
Yeah.
Just to crank call people. Wow.
When we were kids.
Sent a postcard?
No.
Used a paper map to get somewhere?
I never have.
Owned a dictionary?
I never have.
Owned an encyclopedia?
No.
Paid with a paper check?
Yeah.
You have a checkbook?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I have a checkbook.
All right.
For certain things.
I'm 20 for 20. You're about 5 of 20.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Way of the world, man. We could do this with me and someone who's 5 years old in 30 years, I guess.
No, exactly. You got that right. They'll just be different gimmicks. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. New Orleans best bars, best bar rooms, best place to go get a drink, best atmosphere, best bars in New Orleans. Bruno's is for sale. Bruno's has been over there on Maple Street in Hillary since 1934. That's crazy. Since 1934, 92 years on Maple and Hillary. The owner, Tim Spratt, who also owns the Penthouse Club and Lucy's, is selling Bruno's for a mere $2.4 million. Best bars in New Orleans, 766-9480. Speaking of best, how about the worst? Bel Air Drive in Lakeview is finally getting repaired. Finally getting redone. I shouldn't say repaired. Amy McCarran, Councilwoman District A, joined us on Monday's program to talk about the water main breaks. And then, it's just kind of a gloom and doom interview. I was like, how about some positive news? Let's end it. Some good news for, District A and some new businesses cranking up and streets getting repaired. I mentioned Harrison Avenue, like turning off of West End onto Harrison, going towards City Park. It was atrocious in between West End and Canal Boulevard. Now it's really nice. They basically patched up all the major problems. Huge blacktop overlay on like 6 sections probably that were very bad and now are perfect. No problemo. No, she mentioned Bel Air Drive in Lakeview. is finally going to be torn up and redone. I would argue Bel Air Drive, I said it the other day when she made that announcement, maybe the worst street in Orleans Parish. Literally maybe number one, the worst street to drive down, the street that's in the worst shape. Give me the worst street in New Orleans, 766-9480. The bumpiest, most pothole, sinkhole-laden street in the city, 766-9480. The street in the worst shape that literally abuses your vehicle, the one that abuses your vehicle the most, or would if you could actually traverse the street at speed. Like Bel Air, you couldn't, I'm going to do 15 or 20 down Bel Air. Impossible. 766-9480. Worst street, the street in the worst shape in New Orleans. Boy, there's a bunch in Uptown. There's a bunch in Lakeview. There's a bunch all over. Bel Air Drive in Lakeview is absolutely horrendous. I'll tell you what's pretty bad. Franklin Avenue from like St. Claude heading away from the river towards the lake. I mean, that stretch basically from St. Claude to definitely I-610, definitely to that Elysian Fields overpass. I shouldn't say Elysian Fields, it's Franklin Avenue. Would it be the Florida Avenue overpass on Franklin Avenue? That up to that, from that overpass by the old Franklin Avenue Baptist Church to St. Claude is horrendous. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Boy, Jefferson Parish, I did not realize this. You know, we're always talking about the Sewage and Water Board, $2 billion in work needed. Jefferson Parish has their own $2 billion water and sewer plan. They're like 4 years into a 20-year plan, replacing aging water and sewer pipes infrastructure. Just crazy. I did not realize that. I think in Jefferson Parish, it might be monthly where every residence is paying like an extra $10 a month. Like an extra 10 a month. That's like $120 a year. Each resident, that's how they're going to come up with the $2 billion. Helena Moreno wants to raise trash fees. We don't pick up in Orleans Parish twice a week anymore. It's just once a week. Yet wants to raise the fees, which might be the only answer. That might be the only answer in fixing the Sewage and Water Board, raising the water bills. It sucks. Money doesn't fall out of the sky. Morris Barton, Dudley DeBosier, and all those jokers aren't rich and even wealthy because the money falls out of the sky. They take a little bit from you and me every single day with the erroneous lawsuits and claims. Someone's got to pay it. You got to pay the piper. Sewage and water, got to pay for it. Streets, got to pay for it. 766-9480 is the phone number. 766-9480. If you need prescription eyewear or a great pair of sunglasses, before you go spend hundreds of dollars, and you know you're gonna, before you go to the strip mall, before you go to the shopping mall, before you go to some chain store, go to Art and Eyes on Magazine. You'll be glad you did. 4,000 plus frames to choose from. Prescription eyewear, sunglasses, Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. Corey Johnson with the Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls. 766-9480. 766-9480. Bel Air Drive in Lakeview. Basically in between what? Allen, Tucson, Old Robert E. Lee. Is that Old Hammond Highway in Orleans Parish at that point, or not until it gets into Jefferson? Right by the parish line. Right by the 17th Street Canal. The last street in Orleans Parish, that's Bel Air. And Bel Air runs it really all the way to Metairie Road, but where it is the worst street in New Orleans, arguably, from Allen Toussaint to Veterans Boulevard. In New Orleans. In New Orleans. No, worst street in the city. It basically butts up against the 17th Street Canal in New Orleans, in between Vets and Allen Toussaint. Besides, like you see in Lakeview a lot, the metal, steel drain or sewer cover 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches above the street, sometimes like 6 inches, like rip your oil pan off. Besides a lot of that, huge sinkholes, huge potholes, just crumbling street, falls apart on the sides, a lot of spots where there's no curbs. And there some houses $1 million, north of $1 million on Bel Air. I think it's the worst street in the city. And Amy McCarron, Councilwoman District A, joined us on Monday, just talking about water main break, 95% of the conversation. Just wanted to end the segment, in a positive way. Anything good happening in, District A? And she's talking about Bel Air's getting redone. Which blew me away because that street, I would say, has been bad since like the 80s or 90s. Like literally, it's been bad for like 30 or 40 years. And just if like you own a house on that street, just for years and even decades, you've been dealing with that crap. Finally, it's about to end. No, folks that live in that Lakeview neighborhood, like off of West Harrison, Fleur de Lis, over in that direction. That neighborhood, they've redone a street here, a street there. Like the savvy homeowner knows how to get to their house. Maybe not the shortest distance, but the smoothest streets, zigzagging around. Bel Air's been terrible forever. Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program. Dial us up, 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you till 6.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Littering family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Littering company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Littering.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
If you're observing Lent, the steak knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The steak knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install leaf guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
You're on the neutral ground.
I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
With Corey Johnson.
Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. 766-9480 is how you dial us up on a wide open Wednesday. 766-9480. We head to Jackson Barracks. Lonnie joins us on the program. What up, Lonnie?
How you doing?
Doing well. Yourself?
I listen to you all the time. I enjoy your show.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Lonnie. I appreciate that. Are you physically at Jackson Barracks? You work in the military?
I just retired. I retired in December.
Damn, man. How many years?
30 years.
Damn. Good for you, Lonnie. Wow. What branch were you in?
Army.
Damn. What rank did you end up after 30 years?
E7, Sergeant First Class.
Wow. Good for you, man. Congratulations, Lonnie. That's a lot of time in the military. What's on your mind on this Wednesday afternoon from Jackson Barracks?
Well, you was talking about the worst streets in New Orleans.
Yep.
Gentilly.
Where on Gentilly?
You know where the Swagman store was? 5300 Gentilly.
Where the Schwegman store was on Gentilly. You're talking about where it splits? Like
No, the big Swagman store.
The big Schwegman store that used to be on Gentilly. Trying to think. What that was like by not far from in Gentilly Woods, basically, not far from like the Walmart, the McDonald's, right back in there.
That area, yes.
Yep. So where it branches off of Chef?
Yes.
That
right there.
That it gets a little rough. It's beat up. It's neglected.
Real rough.
Yeah, I haven't driven up on there in a while. I'll have to go check it out. Do it still a lot of cars go down that, or is it still like a back street and Chef's the main street around there?
They still have traffic.
All right. No, I'll go check it out.
You know what Desire Project used to be?
Yep.
Right there. They still got traffic there, a lot of traffic.
I got you. You're talking, what's that, like France Road, I guess?
Yes, exactly.
Yep. I'll go check it out, Lonnie.
It's a rough ride.
All right. Lonnie at Jackson Barracks, thanks so much for calling. Thanks for checking out the program every day. Thank you, Lonnie. Lonnie dialed us up at 766-9480, right by the parish line, Jackson Barracks, 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Yeah, bad streets in New Orleans. Bel Air Drive in Lakeview is finally getting repaired. I shouldn't say repaired, getting redone, ripped up and redone. I think Bel Air Drive in Lakeview may be the worst street in New Orleans. What do you say? Now, it isn't some main thoroughfare at all. It's the opposite. It's for the people that live there only. It's not a through street in the least bit. And that's probably why it's been neglected. Like the city justifies it where only these, 100 people, 80 people, 60 people that live on the street from Allen Toussaint to Vets, they got to deal with it. No one else really has to deal with it. I get it. When I was putting a lot of stuff on social media, and I'll continue to do it, but it was major sinkholes like on Carrollton by Jesuit where tens of thousands of cars drive every day. By Carrollton, right by the I-10 entrance. Canal Boulevard, this happened to be right by Navarre, by the train trellis, just like not only destroy a car's front end, debilitate even like a big heavy-duty truck, and arguably kill someone potentially on a motorcycle. So I posted this stuff on high-volume streets in the city, prioritizing and hitting those high-volume areas. But after a while, you've got to hit the areas that are just in neighborhoods like Bel Air Drive after 30, 40 years of neglect. I think the street kind of gets patched up every now and then in Uptown, but boy, Octavia, from like, it was really bad for a while, like St. Charles Avenue to Claiborne, and they fixed parts of it from St. Charles Avenue to Claiborne. Octavia in Uptown kind of parallels Jefferson, in between Jefferson and Nashville. But boy, Octavia between Claiborne and like Galvez, the other side of Claiborne, was horrendous. I don't know if it still is. It's not one of the worst streets in the city, but like they redo Jefferson Avenue from like Claiborne to the river. But they don't do the like 6 blocks from like Claiborne to Galvez on Jefferson Avenue, and it's pretty beat up. But no, it's not the worst street in the city, not like Bel Air. Lakeview and Uptown just have some horrendous streets. Hey, New Orleans, Trey Yen in Mandeville is one of the best seafood restaurants in the city, period, end of story. The Wong brothers love our seafood bounty. The Tong Cho speckled trout or flounder, they usually have either speckled trout or flounder, sometimes both. It's the whole fish, deboned, but the tail and the head are still intact. They season it, marinate it, flash fry it to perfection. It's ready to go. Right there, one of the best fish dishes in the city. But they're just getting started. Their signature Tong Cho sauce, ladles and ladles of that on this whole speckled trout or whole flounder. You get both fillets. Great for sharing, just a great entree. Tong Cho speckled trout, Tong Cho flounder, the whole fish. Tough to beat, Trey Yen. It's not Chinese food, it's Chinese cuisine. Soft shell crabs, fresh crawfish, shrimp, oysters. So Lent ready. So Lent ready. Trey Yen in Mandeville. 22 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center to the front door of Trey Yen in Mandeville. I'm there like once a week. Because it's so easy. Got my toll tag. So easy. 766-9480 is how you dial us up on this wide open Wednesday. 766-9480. Absolutely gorgeous day. Partly cloudy, cool, around 63, feels like high 50s. It'll be 49 tomorrow in the morning, and then we're done. Maybe until October, who knows? I mean, we're still in March. I think we're going to get another cold snap. But not for the foreseeable future. 60s and 70s, maybe even some low 80s in the afternoon over the next week and a half. Lots of 60s and 70s. After tomorrow morning's 49 in the morning. I'm digging the cold weather, not minding it one bit, because I know what's coming. So do you. 2 seasons, summer and non-summer. We're at the tail end of the non-summer season, and summer's coming. 6 months of it, late April till like October. 766-9480. So, yeah, I'll take this cool snap every day, all day. I saw this lady litter today, just kind of affluent, nice SUV, European SUV, rolled down the window, just threw a bag and a coffee cup out the car. As she's rolling the window up and drives by me, she just smiles at me. I should have snapped a photo, got the license plate, sent it into that litter hotline that Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser set up. We got to do something about the litter in New Orleans, especially. Just obnoxious. I just don't know how people justify it. I don't know how adult human beings justify littering. I guess it's become so justified over so many years, so many decades as an adult that you're oblivious to it. You're not even thinking about it at all. It's just a natural action. Don't want this trash in my car. Of course I'm throwing it out the window or opening the door and at the parking lot of whatever business I'm in and just leaving it in the parking lot. Someone else will deal with my problem, with my trash. Littering is so selfish. I just don't get it. It's so insulting to everybody else around you, and you just don't give a crap. That's like the icing on the cake. Sad story. A man struck and killed by that Amtrak Mardi Gras Express, you want to call it? The New Orleans to Mobile train. He was walking on the tracks in Biloxi, got struck and killed. A 43-year-old Gulfport man. That's like the sixth death in like as many months in like the last 6-7 months. That doesn't mean you get rid of the Mardi Gras Express, which has, I forget the numbers they were predicting for the first year. They doubled them in the first like 6 months. The planned folks riding that train, what numbers they projected for a year, they doubled them in 6 months. So it's very successful. Already talking about expanding it maybe farther west to Baton Rouge. And then you could definitely go farther east to Pensacola, Florida. I think eventually you could go to, Orlando with it. Down to Miami. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Littering, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. And it's not like 3 or 4 jobs on their website. It's dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs on their website. Go to it right now, Littering.com. Littering is spelled Laitram. They're the company that invented the shrimp peeling machine. They're the company that invented the all-plastic modular conveyor belts used all around the world. The alternating tread stair, the Lapierre stair. I could go on and on. Hundreds of worldwide patents at Littering. Truly a culture of innovation at this global manufacturing giant, born, based, and bred right here in New Orleans. Dozens and dozens of jobs available at Littering.com. For a full listing, go to Littering.com. Corey Johnson with you, looking for the best bars, best cocktails, best bar rooms, best place to get a drink. And the worst street in New Orleans, like in the worst shape, beat up your car, your truck, your SUV. 766-9480 is the phone number. 766-9480.
One of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent. Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife, since 1971, on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters, and
You'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson, where the grass hasn't been cut in weeks or months. There's a lot of trash and garbage on the neutral ground, maybe even a person or two taking a nap. And oh, someone didn't pick up the dog.
Wow. Hey, you know, a really great place to get a bite to eat? The Steak Knife in Lakeview for 55 years since 1971. Prime steaks, USDA prime steaks. The Steak Knife in Lakeview. Don't let the name fool you. About 40 menu items, and about 33 of them are Lent ready. Ready for you for Lent. Like onion rings, like crab meat au gratin, like shrimp remoulade, like the flash fried oysters, like the catfish des almonds, like the seafood gumbo. Those salads, some with avocado and jumbo lump crab meat. Speaking of lump crab meat, the speckled trout, the Gulf Fish Robert with the lump crab meat. Shrimp bordelaise. The Steak Knife restaurant tonight for dinner during Lent. The Steak Knife restaurant on Harrison Avenue in between Canal Boulevard and City Park. Tonight for dinner, make it to the Steak Knife. What are you waiting for? Very Lent friendly. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Best bars in New Orleans. What are some of the best bars in New Orleans? Bruno's is for sale. They've been open since 1934. The latest owner, I remember when the Melius family owned it for like 30 years. They sold it less than a decade ago to this guy, Tim Spratt, who owns the Penthouse Club and Lucy's. He has Bruno's for sale on Maple Street at Hillary for 92 years. He wants $2.4 million for the establishment, for that two-lane Loyola bar known as Bruno's. 766-9480. What are the best bars in New Orleans? Best bars, legendary, great place to get a drink, great atmosphere. 766-9480. I saw this lady today in her SUV just throw a bag out the window and a coffee cup, just littering, just obnoxious. The amount, and just rolls up the window and smiles as she drives by like everything's normal. I don't get it. I don't get adults that litter. What's wrong with you people? Seriously, it's not normal. It's not right. It's selfish. It's not a positive. I mean, I don't, what makes you special? What makes you like not feel ashamed when you litter that you're just sticking it in everybody's face? I don't get it. I mean, since I was a kid, I knew not to litter. I mean, no, my parents didn't have to tell me, just knew it was wrong. You know it's wrong, yet you still litter. 766-9480. No, I just saw that lady. It was disgusting. 766-9480. What's the worst street in New Orleans? Back on Monday, I had Amy McCarran on, Councilwoman District A. We were talking about these water main breaks, primarily the 5 in Uptown. And then just, the segment was like 12 minutes long. The first 10 minutes was all negative stuff. So I was like, let's end this on a positive note. What positive things are going on in District A? And she mentioned some businesses opening, some street repairs, and she said Bel Air Drive in Lakeview's getting redone finally. It's only been 30 plus years. It's been terrible. Terrible. I think it's the worst street in the city as far as in shape, the worst street. They got some houses on there, I'm telling you, north of $1 million. I'm talking Bel Air Drive in between Allen, Tucson, and Veterans in Lakeview. On either side of West Harrison. Anyway, no, that's probably the worst street in the city. You got one worse? Lonnie up at Jackson Barracks was talking about Old Gentilly Road off the Chef. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Worst street in New Orleans. Uptown and Lakeview have some terrible streets. You know what always blows me away? Like the Garden District. I mean, some of these homes are $5 to $10 million, literally. Like north of $5 million, $5 million, $7 million, $8, $9, $10 million. And the street is horrendous, and it's got a little ditch on the side. Crazy. Hey, tonight for dinner, how about Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville? So many great fish dishes, so many great seafood dishes, so Lent ready, and it's so damn good. The service is great. The food is great. It is consistently great. And it's easy to get to. I live on the South Shore, and I'm at Gallagher's 527 almost once a week. I bet you I average 3 times a month. Great lunch specials Tuesday through Friday for 3 courses, $24, just tough to beat, including that shish kebab, which I've posted before on my social media. Dinner Tuesday through Saturday night. They're Lent ready, and they're ready for you tonight. Don't forget the crab meat St. Francis appetizer. Maybe the best crab meat appetizer anywhere. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. 22 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center. You're passing Lakeside on your left when you're on Causeway, approaching the Causeway Bridge. In 22 minutes, you'll be at Gallagher's 527. It's that easy. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. Another gorgeous day. Plus about 2 hours and 25 minutes of daylight left. Lots of time to get out and enjoy this weather. Literally. Like daylight till 7:15, 7:20. When we come back, 5 o'clock power hour. Best New Orleans bars. Worst street in New Orleans. Phone lines are open. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Bruno's is selling for $2.4 million. That's where the best New Orleans bar topic popped up. On Monday, we had on Councilwoman Amy McCarran talking about water main breaks and ended the segment about good things going on in District A. And she mentioned Bel Air Drive, arguably the worst street in the city. That's me saying that. Worst shape in the city. Getting redone. Brand new. About 30 years too late. but we'll take it. What's up, Blue Boy? It's a gorgeous day, a little cloudy, but so nice, cool and crisp. Yep. Cool in the morning, and then, yeah, you're right, buddy, 60s and 70s for the foreseeable future after tomorrow. You're right. Stick around, Blue Boy says, the 5 o'clock power hour right now.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Littering family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Littering company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Littering.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe. If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And
you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it.
Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's called more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Oh, yeah. 5 o'clock powwow on a wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. But where are we? I'm lost. Ah, it's New Orleans. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees. I have been found. Greatest place in the world. Gotta love New Orleans. Great food, music, culture, history, architecture, and people. Lots of characters in New Orleans. Lots of friendly people. Had a friendly lady. I see her all the time at the drive-thru, Mario Brothers. Shortstop po' boy. I got the small roast beef, $5.42. The best quality food bargain in the city of New Orleans. There's no better food meal. It's an 8-inch po' boy, roast beef po' boy at Shortstops. Transcontinental, about a block off airline. $5.42. No, she's always very sweet, very nice. She gets tipped $5 on 642, Mario. I'm like, all right, it's 642. I mean, I'm going to give her at least like $3. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, you're at 3, you might as well, get it to 4. And all of a sudden you've rounded up to like $10. And then I'm like, well, if you're at 4, make it a 5 spot and make her happy.
That's kind of you. Important thing is you getting good service, though.
Always get good service. Russell or one of his crew answers the phone. It's Russell's Shortstop. The owner answers the phone a lot, but they do some business. It's like a Ford assembly line. I don't know if you've ever been in there. They're just like, they're just blowing and going.
You're kind of pressured to order quickly to keep it going.
Yeah, I swear. No, exactly.
Yeah, you'd be like, I want it fully dressed, or better know exactly what you want. Or
but that roast beef, it's like debris style, not sliced.
Yeah.
It's very flavorful. And a small 8-inch roast beef is $6.42. I know of no food item in New Orleans that is that high quality. It's pretty good. I mean, I'd say it's one of the better roast beef po' boys in town. Do I like that it's $6.42? You bet. I would pay $12.42 for it because it's that good. And I want something good. I don't want to pay more. I don't like getting gouged or having to pay high prices for stuff. But if it wasn't any good, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
$6.42 is ridiculous. I mean, can you think of anything, Mariam? That's like buy one slice of pizza and get the other for half price at like the racetrack or something.
Yeah, that's better deals than you'd get at fast food places these days.
That's better deals than you get at fast food. Dollar menu at Wendy's or McDonald's. You can't do better.
Yeah.
It's a roast beef po' boy. It's not some crap fast food.
I've been going there a little bit because of Lent. I've gone there a couple Fridays. Got the shrimp po' boy.
Nice.
It's good.
Yep.
I normally get it kind of plain, but I got tomatoes on it, and I realized 31 years old, I like tomatoes on shrimp po' boys.
There you go.
I never did before. I don't like tomatoes on most things, but I might start trying it on something.
Yeah, my brother and I went for dinner actually one night. They're open to like 7. Sat in the booth, not the drive-through gimmick like I usually do. And he got shrimp. I got roast beef.
Nice.
$6.42. Tough to beat. The fried shrimp place I usually go to, Domalisi's in Uptown on Annunciation, right off Jefferson Avenue, but maybe 3 blocks off Jefferson Avenue. I get the fried shrimp there. A small fried shrimp at Domalisi's is like $14. That's tough to beat, I think. I think for fresh local shrimp, fried fresh to order, and it's like $14. Pretty good. And it's a lot of shrimp. Like too many to count. I wouldn't doubt if that 8-inch small shrimp po' boy at Domalisi's has, it's got to be 15 shrimp on each side. It's got to be 30 shrimp making up that sandwich, I would think. Nothing like a New Orleans po' boy. So strange, Mario. Po' boys are like lunch. There are not many dinner po' boy places, open for, if you think about it. It's like a lunch meal, strictly like 90+%.
Yeah, a lot of people insist you shouldn't eat sandwiches for dinner. I don't know what the deal there is.
No, that is weird. You're right. In general, I mean, sandwiches outside of like a hamburger or something like that.
A lot of people just don't do sandwiches for dinner.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Don't know why, because a po' boy is pretty filling, you know?
You think some po' boy joints would be open for dinner
Yeah.
till like 10, 11 at night or whatever, 8, 9 at night.
Yeah.
But I can't think of really anywhere you get a po' boy after like 6, 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Might have to come up with the late night po' boy concept.
Maybe.
Shouldn't
Brian.
say that on the radio and television.
Maybe.
But
Might
yeah.
be a good idea. Just call it late night po' boy. Don't even serve lunch. I don't know. I'd serve lunch too.
Yeah, you got to serve lunch.
Hey, French Quarter Fest starts 4 weeks from tomorrow. Dickie Brennan's has like, I think it's like a crawfish po' boy or shrimp po' boy. And they've got a debris roast beef po' boy, debris style roast beef. And the way they do it at French Quarter Fest is genius. And I want to say a couple of other po' boy places do this. I just can't think of any off the top of my head, but maybe some like high-end restaurant that serves a po' boy does this. Dickie Brennan takes like the end of the bread. We used to call it the nose, the end of the bread. Takes like, I guess like about 8 inches, 10 inches of that end of the loaf, hollows out the inside, like pulls out the middle. So all you have is this crust shell. And then he ladles in the debris style roast beef inside of that cut out nose or end of the bread. So you eat down on it from the open end towards the end, and it never really gets messy or spills all over. It'd be hard to eat a sloppy roast beef po' boy at a festival. I mean, you'd literally have to place it down on some kind of table, and then you need 2 hands to hold a roast beef that's sloppy, and then you're eating it, it's dripping all over your hands, on the ground, whatever. No big deal. You're outside. It's festival. But Dickie Brennan with the end of the bread, hollowing it out and ladling the debris-style roast beef into that nose or end of the bread is genius. And you just eat down on it, and it never gets sloppy. It's never spilling out. Pretty darn smart. That'll be at French Quarter Fest. There'll be a lot at French Quarter Fest. Dickie Brennan and like 70 other restaurants. That debris style roast beef served in the end of the bread, the Leidenheimer bread, and about 275 other dishes by those 70 other restaurants. 300 acts, 20 stages. French Quarter Fest 4 weeks from tomorrow. That means Jazz Fest 6 weeks from tomorrow. Zurich Classic of New Orleans, a lot coming up in the next 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, including not 1 but 2 weekends of Jazz Fest. Hey, LGD Lawn and Landscapes installed a chipping and putting green in my backyard. They can do the same in your backyard, or just artificial turf, synthetic turf. To check out numerous installations all over Metro New Orleans, go to their website, nolalgd.com, nolalgd.com. Get a free estimate. Synthetic turf, artificial turf in your backyard, your side yard, nolalgd.com. Colin will take care of you like he took care of me. Wide Open Wednesday, 5 o'clock powwow. I'll love to hear from you at 766-9480. Bruno's Bar is for sale. They've been on Maple and Hillary Street for 92 years, since 1934. The owner is Tim Spratt, who owns the Penthouse Club in the Quarter and Lucy's in the Warehouse District. He's selling Bruno's for $2.4 million. That's the asking price, $2.4 million for Bruno's on Maple Street at Hillary. I remember when the Melius family owned it for most of my life, 30 plus years. It got me thinking of New Orleans' best bars. Best bars in New Orleans. It might be like Cooter Brown's, or the Columns Hotel, or the Sazerac Bar at the Roosevelt, or the Carousel Bar at the Montleon. What about Napoleon House? What about Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop, Old Absinthe House, Pat O'Brien's, Port of Call, maybe around Tulane, Snake and Jake's, F&M's, Fat Harry's, The Boot, TJ Quills, Maple Leaf on Oak Street with music and a bar, Port of Call with a bar and one of the best hamburgers, baked potatoes in town. New Orleans Best Bars, 766-9480. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you. Also looking for the worst street in New Orleans. Bel Air Drive in Lakeview, for those that know it, in between Allen, Tucson, and Veterans. Maybe the worst street in the city. Amy McCarran joined us from District A, councilwoman, and said that street's getting redone, getting totally fixed, brand new. Finally, 30 plus years, it's been terrible. Is there a worse street than Bel Air Drive in Lakeview? Lakeview's got some bad streets. Uptown New Orleans has some bad streets. So do other parts of the city. 766-9480. Looking for the best bar, looking for the worst street in worse shape. Hey, Audubon Gutters, if your gutters are in bad shape, got plants growing in them and the like, it's time for new gutters. Let Drew and his crew at Audubon Gutters take care of you like they took care of me. They've been at it for over 35 years. New Orleans Gutter Company. Home or business, AudubonGutters.com. They don't do anything else but gutters for your home or business. AudubonGutters.com. AudubonGutters.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
As New Orleans as the mighty Mississippi, Corey Johnson.
The old miss, the old man.
On 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
Big River, my home is over Jordan.
Yeah, you right. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480 on this wide open Wednesday. Another great day. Partly cloudy out there, but cool and nice, like low 60s temperature, feels like high 50s. Tomorrow morning we'll wake up to like 49, and that's pretty much it. We're done for like at least the next week and a half. With the cold, it'll be like 60s and 70s. Some days we might approach 80, low 80s in the afternoon. But lots of 60s and 70s through next week. And this weekend looks really nice, by the way. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. You're the show producer. Looking for a little help. Best bars in New Orleans. Best bars in New Orleans. You like the atmosphere. You like the bartenders. You like the drinks. Best bars in New Orleans. 766-9480. 766-9480. Bel Air Drive in Lakeview isn't a popular street. It's not a through street. You have to go seek it out. Runs up against the 17th Street Canal. I think it's the worst street in the city. I got a friend who lives on it. I'd visit him about once a year, crawfish boil or whatever, and his street is just absolutely awful, and his house is probably like $1 million house. It's crazy. Worst street in New Orleans. The street in the worst shape. 766-9480. The bumpiest, most pothole, sinkhole-laden street in the city. The worst. 766-9480. The one that abuses your vehicle the most, or if you could actually traverse the street at speed, like Bel Air Drive, it's not like I'm going to do 20 down it from one end to the other. Your oil pan would get ripped out of your car. 766-9480. Worst street in New Orleans, best bar in New Orleans. The bar topic came up because Bruno's is for sale over there on Maple and Hillary. They've been at it since 1934. Tim Spratt, the owner, he also owns the Penthouse Club in the Quarter. He wants $2.4 million for Bruno's. $2.4 million. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Hey, if you need a fence or automatic gate, repaired for your home or business, any property, you got to see the fence man. For all of your backyard residential or commercial fencing or automatic gate needs, you got to see the fence man. Call Jimmy. He'll take care of you. Over 20 years of fence and gate building experience. Affordable, reliable, personalized designs. TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com. When you need a fence, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, River parishes, anywhere in the metro, you got to see the fence man. TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com. TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. A little cloudy out there, but nice. You could dine outside tonight. 766-9480. Looking for the worst street in the city. Worst street in New Orleans, in the worst shape. Beats up your vehicle. Even if you have like a heavy-duty truck, you have to watch what you're doing. 766-9480. It really ticked me off today. I should have snapped a photo and sent it to Billy Nungesser, the lieutenant governor. Should have sent it to his litter hotline. Just this woman she was quick when she blew by. It was like a nice modern SUV. I'm usually pretty good at that. It was like a Mercedes, Audi, BMW, new. She had money. Proceeds to roll down the window. This is like at a four-way stop. Rolls down the window, throws a bag out and a coffee cup. Just threw it out in the street. And then turns right in front of me and smiles as she drives by. Like flirtatious. Hey, want to go out on a date? I'm the litterer. I'm the one who litters. No, it just burned me up, man. I was in shock, to be honest. I don't even know if I gave her an ugly look. I was just blown away. I was like, wow, just rolled down the window and threw the bag. And I almost thought, like, were you dropping something and you are holding the cup in the bag and now you're going to go back and pick that stuff up? No shot. Just didn't care either. There's no demographic on littering in New Orleans. It's black, it's white, it's old, it's young, public school, private school. Yeah, kids. It's grandma, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, whatever. We have an obnoxious amount of people that litter all the time. Cigarette smokers are some of the worst. They think it's just a cigarette butt. Every other smoker does it. You're littering. I know you don't care. I get it. You pickup truck drivers with the trash in the bed and then, wow, it mysteriously disappeared by the time you got home or to work. Yeah, it blew out the vehicle when you hit 30 miles an hour. All of you folks litter. It's obnoxious. You're an adult. Have some pride, some respect, if not for yourself, for other people. Quit being so selfish. I mean, it's one of the most selfish acts. I don't want litter in my car, but I don't get fixated on it like I got to grab it and throw it out the window. I throw it on the floor of my car, and when I get to my next stop where there's a garbage can, I collect the trash off the floor of my car and I go throw it away. But you folks that just, not my problem, someone else's problem. You folks that fast food or a parking lot for a business, a shopping mall, strip mall, you just open your door and dump all your trash out in the parking lot. Just obnoxious amount of litterers in Orleans, Jefferson, the North Shore, Louisiana. That's why Billy Nungesser has this hotline number you can call. Once folks like shooting video or snapping a photo of someone in the act, ideally, and then sending it in. I just don't get it. I'm like at Lakeside Shopping Center, just parking in the parking lot, just a bunch of fast food, trash. People just dumped out of their car in the parking lot and drove off instead of walking to a garbage can. There are garbage cans all over the place. It's not hard to find a garbage can. If you're in New Orleans, it's not hard to find a garbage can, much less Lakeside Shopping Center. No, just that lady today, just throwing the bag out and the coffee cup just out on the street, driving through the four-way stop. I mean, she stopped. She wasn't breaking the law. I mean, just coming through it after that. And then the window rolls up and she's smiling at me. I'm like, wow. Like subhuman, man. You're an adult. Quit being so selfish. Quit littering. I don't get it. I don't know if my mom or dad were like, littering's bad. Don't litter. I don't think they ever had to tell me. I just naturally knew not to litter. Right? 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Every day, this program, 4 to 6 o'clock every weekday on radio, on television, on social media. It's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford for over 80 years. If you have a business, you need a commercial truck, van, or SUV, you go to Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway in Elmwood. Mario, you got a game tonight?
I do. I got a game.
105.7?
105.7, 105.7 FM.
Tip off in a little over an hour and a half?
Yep. Gonna hustle over to the blender, and tip off is at 7.
And it's the Pels and the Clips?
Pels and the Clippers. Clippers 34-34, right at 500 on the season. Pelicans have been playing well. They've
About
had
22, 23, 24 wins, something like that.
Yeah, and they've had recent success against the Clippers. I think they've won like 6 out of 9 against the Clippers. So
You doing tomorrow's game too?
no, tomorrow we alternate broadcasters. I'll be there tonight and I'll be there Saturday against the Cavs.
Nice. Cleveland on Saturday night back at the Blender.
Yep, 4-game homestand today.
Because it's
the second-
Clippers tonight and tomorrow night at the Blender.
Yeah,
right?
it's the second of a 4-game homestand.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they're playing a little better. People are getting out to the games. It's been a little bit better.
Just the
atmosphere.
back-to-back gimmick.
Yeah.
Same team.
Yeah, that is kind of lame.
And it's the Clippers.
Yeah.
Lakers, something that people want to go see.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to really be a hardcore NBA fan in New Orleans to want to go see the Clippers 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, the Clippers have a little bit of star power, but, past their prime, in my opinion. Kawhi Leonard's having a great season. Don't want to take away from that, but, yeah, don't have
Playing
the star
tonight?
power. Yeah, he should be.
Nice.
Should be. He's healthy. As is Sion. Wow, you're right. That's a pretty rare occasion.
Zion might get in 60, 65 games this year.
Yeah, he's going to. Don't know what that means for the future, but definitely positive for now.
Yep, crazy. Who would have thunk it? Hey, Lebanon's Cafe's open till 9:30. The finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans, and lots of things at Lebanon's Cafe Lent ready. Lebanon's Cafe, 7 days a week, 11 a.m. straight through till 9:30 at night. Outdoor dining too, under the oak trees on the streetcar line. Carrollton at Jeanette, right by the streetcar barn. Tonight for dinner, make it Lebanon's Cafe. It is a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. 5 o'clock powwow continues. Corey Johnson with you. Another nice day. Partly cloudy, but nice. Temperatures around 60 degrees. Feels like mid to high 50s. Tomorrow morning, it'll be 49, and we may not see the 40s again until October. Who knows? I'd like to think we'll get another cold snap. But the last few days, pretty much winding down tomorrow. The next week, like week and a half, literally, 60s and 70s. Maybe even some low 80s a few of those days. But lots of 60s and 70s for like the next week to 10 days. Through this weekend, into all of next week, going into next weekend. 60s and 70s and sunny. Sweet. Enjoy that. Wednesday afternoon edition of the program. Sad, a man walking on the train tracks in Biloxi, struck and killed by Amtrak's, if you want to call it the Mardi Gras Express, the Mardi Gras train, New Orleans to Mobile. 43-year-old Gulfport native. That's the 6th death in like the last 6 months from that train. Coming right back. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Littering family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Littering company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Littering.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Littering family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Littering company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Littering.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, the Steak Knife has about 40 menu items and 32 or 33 of them are Lent ready. Like 80% of the menu. Tonight for dinner, get to the Steak Knife for Lent. They're on Harrison Avenue in between Canal Boulevard and City Park. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson back at you. The next week and a half weather-wise looks fantastic, including this weekend. Get outside, enjoy it. We got like about a good hour and 45 minutes of daylight left still. A good hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes of daylight left. I love this daylight till 7 something. Are you kidding? Still having trouble getting used to the doesn't become daylight, like the sun doesn't come up until like around 7 because I'm up like 6 something, you know, and it's dark. So that's a little different. Anyway, wide open Wednesday, 5 o'clock powwow. You're the show producer. No, loving this good weather. I saw that Bruno's is for sale since 1934, 92 years at Maple and Hillary. They were catty corner maybe 20 years ago. I think it's Red's Bar. Red's was the original Bruno's, I believe, since 1934. Then the Meliuses went across the street and built the present day Bruno's maybe 25 years ago. They sold it less than 10 years ago to this guy, Tim Spratt, who owns Lucy's,
the Retired Surfers Bar in the Warehouse District. He also owns the Penthouse Club, the strip joint in the Quarter. Tim Spratt is selling Bruno's. His asking price, $2.4 million. And I would have to imagine that includes the building as well. The building, the bar, the business, everything, $2.4 million. It got me thinking of best New Orleans bars. The French Quarter's got some great bars. I mean, you can't go wrong bringing a date or family or friends to like Napoleon House or Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop or Old Absinthe House. Those are all great. The Carousel Bar at the Montleon, the Sazerac Bar at the Roosevelt. These are all like, kind of world-class establishments. Can't go wrong. And I'll admit, I mean, they're in the Quarter. They're a little touristy too, but they're also local. Then I think of like bars like outside the Quarter, and you end up like by your old college days, like Tulane Loyola students. TJ Quills, Snake and Jake's, the Christmas bar. I mean, Snake and Jake's is like, don't even show up until it's after midnight. That's a 12:30, 1 a.m., and you're the part of the early crowd. Folks are rolling in there 2, 3, 4 in the morning, Snake and Jake's. F&M's is kind of similar. I mean, I think they start a little early, maybe 10 or 11. That's early for them. Snake and Jake's early is like midnight, 1 a.m. But F&M's, they'll be dancing on the pool tables till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Fat Harry's has been there forever. St. Charles Avenue and Napoleon. The Boot. I mean, the Boot's been there since the 60s. Right there on Broadway, about a block off Ferret. Pat O'Brien's, legendary bar. They say Pat O'Brien's every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, sells more alcohol than any other establishment in the world. Sells more alcohol than any bar in the world. Pat O'Brien's in the Quarter. I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe that's just old time stuff. There's some monster, cowboy bar somewhere, country western bar in some rural area that draws from all around the region and they sell more alcohol. I have no idea. But I remember that was Pat O'Brien's claim to fame. Every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, we sell more alcohol than anywhere else. You get places like great bars like, say, the Maple Leaf, where you're like, well, it's a bar, all right. There's no doubt about it. But it's a music club. I mean, I think the Maple Leaf is a music club first, a bar second. But, I mean, come on, alcohol sales, that's what gets the whole thing going. So that's, some of these places I mentioned are strictly bar rooms. You sit at the bar, you sit at a table, you get drinks, that's it. The Maple Leaf's like a music club. Portugal, a great bar, but also like maybe the best burger in town, the burger and baked potato, like really, really good at Portugal, and they're open late. So that's a bar that I think when I think of Portugal, I think about the burger and the baked potato more than I think about the bar and the liquor. When I think of Maple Leaf, I think of a music club more than I think of a bar and the liquor. Cooter Brown's, I think Cooter Brown's has 400 different beers. Hundreds that you can get in a bottle, like a few hundred beers in a bottle, a few hundred beers in a can, and then dozens and dozens by the keg, by the tap. All kind of, local, regional, domestic, international brews. I mean, like 400 plus at Cooter Brown's, and still like, German, beer hall kind of setup, big long tables. You get your little group and you're in your little, spot, but there could be someone right next to you. And there's definitely people down the line. It's a big, long table that there's several of them that seat 20, 30 people each. Now, we have a lot of great bars in Metro New Orleans. There's no doubt. Hey, every day, this program brought to you by Kiefer and Kiefer. This hour brought to you by Kiefer and Kiefer, a New Orleans law firm for decades, committed to their clients. The doctors they recommend are the doctors they use, the doctors they themselves and their family use. No, they help people that are in need. Real injuries, real claims, real lawyers. You need legal advice. You need real legal help. You need real results. You need real lawyers that know where the courtroom is located, not scared to go to trial, know the judges. KieferandKiefer.com. To find out more, to learn more, go to their website, KieferandKiefer.com. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Yeah, you right. That Amtrak, we call it what, the Mardi Gras Express, New Orleans to Mobile. In the first 6 months, they did double what they were hoping to do in the first year. In the first 6 months of ridership, they doubled what they were hoping to do the first year. So now there's talk of expanding it west to Baton Rouge and maybe east to Pensacola, Florida, maybe eventually like Orlando, maybe south to Miami. I mean, right now we have from New Orleans, train service to LA, Los Angeles, train service to Chicago, and train service to New York. Train service to Miami would be pretty damn impressive. And then you could talk about, redoing the, downtown train station, making it more, up to the task. You've already got the LA, Chicago, New York train. You get one going to Miami, and then maybe eventually to Houston the other way. Anyway, the Mardi Gras Express, very successful, but a man in Biloxi from Gulfport, 43 years old, walking on the tracks, struck and killed. It's the 6th person killed by that train in like the last 6 months. So that, that having commuter service, maybe something folks aren't used to. Maybe these rail crossings don't have a bar. It's the horn going off. I have no idea, but that's a lot of people in 6 months. Something definitely Amtrak and the feds need to look at. I've been talking about the Sewage and Water Board. We've been talking about it. These water main breaks, this ultimate plan of nearly $2 billion. I shouldn't say nearly, $2 billion, $2 billion with a B. I didn't realize Jefferson Parish has their own $2 billion water and sewer plan. I think Jefferson Parish residents, each and every one, every homeowner, pays $10 extra a month to fund this. So like $120 a head, because it's a $2.3 billion plan over 20 years. They're in the year 4 of a 20-year plan to replace aging water and sewer pipes infrastructure in Jefferson Parish. So New Orleans, not the only place that has a $2 billion problem. Jefferson Parish does too. No, how Jefferson's doing it, sadly, is how New Orleans is going to have to do it. Higher fees. Somebody's got to pay for it. The money doesn't just magically fall out of the sky. Young's Dry Cleaning. Looking for the ultimate dry cleaner? Young'sDryCleaning.com. Simple as that. The premier best dry cleaner in Metro New Orleans, Young'sDryCleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Littering family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Littering company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Littering.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
observing Lent, the steak knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The steak knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Littering family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Littering company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Littering.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets. Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence
thefenceman-neworleans.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. The Steak Knife Restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
We're broadcasting live from the Buddy Deliberto Total Maintenance Studios. If you need AC or heat help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance, tm-ac.com. It is a wide open Wednesday. Thanks for checking us out on radio, on television, on YouTube, on Twitter. Live every weekday, 4 to 6 o'clock. I love this extra daylight, another hour and 25 minutes. We're good to like 7:20. Get outside and enjoy it. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up. It should be like 48, 49 on the South Shore, North Shore, low 40s, maybe even high 30s. And then we're pretty much done with this cold snap, maybe till October. I mean, we're in mid-March. I'd like to think we're going to get another cold snap. Temperatures in the 40s or 50s. Ideally, a few more times. Like I wouldn't mind it like 2 or 3 more times before summer. Because summer's inevitable. It's coming, the heat and the humidity. I like to postpone that bad boy as far back as possible. But anyway, the 49, 48 we see tomorrow morning on the South Shore, we may not see 40s again until like October, November. Maybe. I don't know how often we get in the 40s in October. So it could be a while. Anyway, after tomorrow morning, things warm up for like the next week to 10 days. The weather folks, the meteorologists, those experts are saying 60s and 70s and sunny in New Orleans for like the next week, week and a half. We might even have some low 80s along the way, but lots of 60s and 70s. Yeah, you're right, weather, through next week. Bruno's Bar, since 1934, for sale for $2.4 million. Got me thinking about best bars in New Orleans. We've got a lot of them. That's one thing we do a great job with in New Orleans. I mean, always talking about food and music, but bars, cocktails, drinks, places to go have those drinks. Some are just strictly bars, just a hole in the wall. And they have a following. They got bartenders. They know they're regulars. They've got a pulse. People love going to them. Some do like something else. They'll be like a bar and serve that killer burger and baked potato like Portugal. Or they're a bar and have great music like the Maple Leaf on Oak Street. Lots of great bars in the French Quarter, Uptown, all over Metro New Orleans. This woman bummed me out today, man. 4-way stop coming through. She had the right of way. She wasn't breaking the law driving. Breaking the law, rolling down a window, throwing a bag and a coffee cup with the lid on out the window, just discarding it out on the street. She smiles and drives by me. I'm like, God, I don't understand people that are full-blown adults that are that selfish that still litter. How are you still littering as an adult? It's crazy. I knew as a child not to litter. No, that was disheartening seeing that. We were also talking because on Monday, Amy McCarran joined us, Councilwoman District A, about the water main breaks. But the whole 10, 12-minute segment was all negative about the water main breaks, as it should have been. But then I wanted to end the segment on a positive note. I was like, what's good going on in District A? And she talked about some new businesses. And then she talked about Bel Air Drive getting redone. And I was just asking, worst street in the city? Bel Air Drive might have been the worst street, might be the worst street in the city. Long overdue it gets redone. What's that, Blue Boy? Halfway through the week, it's Wide Open Wednesday. Tell everybody to be here tomorrow, 4 o'clock, a Thursday edition of the program. Done deal, Blue Boy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.